There's the other inside pad. The lining came off the pads. But, so we got two deals here, okay? Got this one that's kind of free. That one's real free. So the one we really want to concentrate on would be this one. You want to get a flashlight and look up in there. I'm not really worried about it at the moment because I know it's okay. But if you have issues, you can look up in there and see how much dried up grease is there. So the next thing you want to do is you want to lubricate these. Here's where a lot of flat rate guys will lose their shit. They won't lubricate these. I put just a dab on this, put a dab down in there. Put a dab, but I didn't actually get the dab out. Put it in there. I kind of turn it back and forth like so as I'm installing these back. Sometimes in this case sometimes this rubber will be on the bottom one. Sometimes there's a rubber piece right here. Sometimes that when you go to push it in will actually squish up, and you'll have to combat that at that time. Besides doing it a little bit, I usually just take my fingernail or finger or whatever, just kind of hold that rubber until it gets inside. And usually once it gets inside, it's usually fine. For some reason, of course, while I'm trying to shoot a video, of course something's going to go wrong. So you're going to want to just make sure it's lubricated. Sometimes I take a minute back in and out a couple times and kind of get some trapped air there, especially with the ones with rubber on them. And other times you may actually end up getting too much grease down there, and that can also cause you an issue. So when you do put grease in there, don't overload it with grease, because that will also cause your own issues, or its own set of issues. If you think you have a problem, you can always stick a rag up in there with a screwdriver and kind of see what's going on that way. But for some reason, something's going wrong here. Actually, that's probably perfect where you might can see that. So that black is that rubber, which is actually probably what's giving me an issue. But anyways, but you just want to make sure that it's lubricated well. This one should be just fine. You can just wipe off old grease if you would like. That's up to you. It never really hurts to wipe off old grease. The big thing is you want to make sure they're just well lubricated. Otherwise, if these seize up, that will actually cause you a whole nother set of issues. You'll go through brake pads rather quickly because you can't, not being lubricated well enough, be able to slide back and forth. Alright, I'm going to solve this issue here, and we'll meet you back at the car. Okay, so actually we're not going to meet you back at the car at the moment because I made a brain fart. So besides making sure your slide pins are properly lubricated and freely moving, you also will want to make sure, in my case, my brake pads came in and they didn't have any of the new clips. So therefore I'll have to reuse the old ones, which in most general cases, if everything is okay, they're not rusted out or anything, they'll be just fine. So what you just want to do is I just take a wire brush. In my case, I go to Harbor Freight and buy a little cheap ass one. A little cheap one seems to work the best for me. And I just clean this up, getting off dust and dirt and grease and dried up grease and shit. You can make these really as shiny as you want to. If you want to make them brand new, you can. That is up to you. But you just want to clean those up, okay? Get back to your nice kind of bright, shiny-ish metal. And all that shiny on the camera, but they're a little shinier in person. All right, now we're going to actually meet you back at the car.